Lisa Frankenstein is directed by Zelda Williams and written by Diablo Cody, who is famous for writing Jennifer's Body. He stated Lisa Frankenstein is set in the same fictional universe as Jennifer's Body. Lisa Frankenstein stars Kathryn Newton, Cole Sprouse, Carla Gugino, and Lisa Sobrano. Dr. Frankenstein is one of the famous characters in literature and pop culture, and everyone is familiar with his story or knows a basic version of the story. There have been numerous adaptations of Dr. Frankenstein in movies and TV shows, and Lisa Frankenstein is not a direct adaptation of the tale, but Diablo Cody put a twist on it. It has familiarity and works on a similar structure. Lisa Frankenstein is not an original idea at its core, but with some changes to the original to make a modernized version, as most Hollywood writers tend to do these days. It has become a trend in Hollywood to make bastardized version of the original. However, Lisa Frankenstein does it more respectfully. Lisa Frankenstein is a horror comedy film that follows a misunderstood teenage Gothic girl named Lisa Swallows, who meets and develops a relationship with a reanimated Victorian-era corpse. Lisa's mother was killed in front of her by a masked killer with an axe, and just after this incident, her father married another woman, Janet, portrayed by Carla Gugino, and she is a daughter of Lisa's age, Taffy, portrayed by Lisa Sobrano. Lisa and her father moved in with this new family without giving any time to Lisa to even grieve her mother, which makes her even more introverted than she was previously. No one knows her in this town and she has no friends, so everyone looks at her with sympathy or calls her a freak, assuming that she killed her mother and not some masked killer. On the other hand, her stepmother Janet is a nurse at a psychiatric hospital who has no sympathy or empathy towards Lisa. She is always causing trouble in Lisa's life, while her stepsister Taffy is genuine and trying to have good terms with her. She even tries to stop her mother from emotionally hurting Lisa. Lisa is not doing great in life. She has been through a tragedy and there is no one to understand her. She has no friends and family to talk to, so she spends her time in the graveyard, which is not so Christian, as the graveyard is fully vandalized and no one dares to go there except Lisa, because this is the only place where no one judges her. She goes there and has conversations with the graves. She talks her heart out without any fear of being judged. Then one day, because of some incident, one of the corpses from the graveyard comes into existence and becomes a part of Lisa's life. And that's where the hell breaks loose and things start going downhill like a car without a brake. What happens next is lots of fun. Some drastic character transformation, some murder, and some teenage love drama, which is a perfect recipe for horror comedies. So without any further ado, let's dive deep into the overwhelming and underwhelming aspects of Lisa Frankenstein for you to ultimately decide whether to watch it or not. So here are some underwhelming aspects of the film. Paper-thin characters. Lisa Frankenstein follows the same old template, where a stepmother is evil because she's a stepmother. She doesn't have any other characteristics. Lisa's love interest is just long-haired, tall and handsome guy. His character is limited to that only. Lisa's father, who is also just there without adding anything to the film. He just adores his new wife and is more concerned about his stepdaughter rather than being close to his daughter who lost her mother recently. Instead of supporting her, he is overwhelmed and attracted to his new family. These characters are paper thin and add nothing to the film. At a point, it becomes even more unclear why these characters are written in the first place. What's their motive? And what's even more unsatisfying is that these characters don't create any havoc and you don't care about them because they are written so paper thin that you don't even care what happens to them, or when something happens in the film, it doesn't cause any problems or any ripple effect. It just happens and you just witness it happening. Supporting characters are there to lift the value of the protagonist, but here they failed miserably. Familiar concept. Lisa Frankenstein is not an original concept, and with the paper-thin characters, as I previously stated, it's very hard to take this film seriously. When you adapt a story or try to adapt a story, you have to make it better. But 99% chances are you're not going to make it better. Here Diablo Cody tried to do things differently, and it's a hit and miss for me. Because the characters don't add anything. The whole story doesn't come across as a proper tale. It's a horror comedy where horror is missing. It doesn't even give horror vibes. That's why it came across as a failed concept. We don't even get to see the creature coming out of the grave. He's just suddenly banging on the door. His getting out of his grave and things like that could have added horror vibes to the story. Now let's move on to overwhelming aspects of the film. Lisa Frankenstein. Lisa Frankenstein is the best part of Lisa Frankenstein. The chemistry between Lisa and the Frankenstein angle is amazing. Lisa Frankenstein is a Johnny Depp kind of movie, and Cole Sprouse reminded me of him in so many ways, especially his hairstyle. Lisa Frankenstein is the kind of a film that Johnny Depp used to do. Well, Cole Sprouse as the creature works perfectly. His mannerisms and physical performance enhance his scene with Lisa. Without even speaking a single dialogue, he was able to convey his emotions and feelings on screen, which is a class act and applaudable. Kathryn Newton in Lisa Frankenstein gave her career best performance. I adored her as Lisa. Her character goes through a transformation throughout the film, and the way she portrayed it is perfect. I loved that whole Gothic phase, how an introverted girl who has gone through a tragedy recently turns into a beast in itself. The way she carries her, that insane walk, dialogue delivery, and wearing the shades in that particular style and that laid back delivery adds so much fun to the film. If it was not her, then I don't think the film could have worked. Kathryn Newton carries this film on her shoulders from start to finish. She gives such a cool vibe that she will be remembered for this role for a long time. She is the heart of Lisa Frankenstein. She gave such an impactful performance. The supporting cast also gave a good performance that enhanced the film's overall viewing experience. Cinematography. Paula Huidobro's cinematography is another plus point of Lisa Frankenstein. When Lisa is drugged, the film's POV changes, and we get to see what she is seeing as she is drugged and hallucinating. I think these are some of the best creative shots I've seen this year, making us feel like we are hallucinating. Then that monochrome puppet show where Lisa and the creature becomes a puppet, and that whole dream sequence. The cinematography throughout the film is very creative and thoughtful. From the start to the Gothic phase of Lisa, the cinematography keeps on changing as per the scene's requirement, making it a great visual experience. Music. Last but not least, music is one of the best parts of the film. Music can make or break a film, and Isabel Summers did a fantastic job with music in this film. Her songs were emotionally moving, whether it be Creature's love theme, Can't Fight This Feeling, Sad Lisa, or I Can See Clearly Now. Every song matched the scene perfectly. I was banging my head, humming the music all the time while watching Lisa Frankenstein. Isabel Summers' music album adds an aura to the film, an emotional angle, and a rebellious Gothic phase. I just can't get the music out of my head. The songs are so powerful here that if you mute the songs, you will hardly feel anything. It's the music of Lisa Frankenstein that makes you feel the emotion. Themes. Films are a reflection of the filmmaker's ideology and his point of view of the world. It's their way for us to watch the world from their lens. Zelda Williams touches on several themes here, like sexual harassment teenage girl face at school and college parties, and sex change operation for a man inside a woman's body, a girl who wants to become a man, and vice versa. So the film touches these themes without feeling forced. Lisa Frankenstein is not shoving agenda down our throats. It's not focused on sending the message, it just gives subtle hints of it. Conclusion. I had a great time watching Lisa Frankenstein. Though the concept is not very original and the characters are paper thin, it still made me smile, laugh and cry. I was smiling throughout the film. Performance of the whole cast was wonderful. Kathryn Newton gave her career best performance, and I adored her as Lisa. The chemistry between Kathryn and Cole is the reason this film works so well. And of course, Cole Sprouse as the creature adds an X factor to the film. Artistic cinematography and Isabel Summers' music makes Lisa Frankenstein a memorable experience. So that was the video guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this upload a like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.